I knew it was too good to be true. To think that Mum might actually want to see me. As soon as she arrived, it was just a big yelling match with Grandpa again. She doesn't care about me. She had promised to bring me some new football boots so I can play on the team. That didn't happen. She didn't even seem to remember that I played football. So much for her promises. Grandpa doesn't have any spare money for football boots for me. At least that is what he told Mum. Is there anyone out there that I can rely on? Is there anyone I can really trust? Is there anyone who won't keep letting me down? Anyone who will really love me? Now I'm going to have to find a way to tell Mr. Adams I can't play football. I'll have to make sure none of the other boys are around when I do. I don't want them to know the real reason I won't be playing.
I didn't even know that I was needing rescue. The threats and the dangers I couldn't see, I was heading right to. I needed help, but I didn't know. Needed saving from an evil foe. But I didn't even know that I was needing rescue.
God keeps his promises. What he said he's gonna do. God keeps his promises to me and to you. What God said you can believe, he always will come through. So rely on him every time, he always speaks the truth.
Hi, Mr. Adams.
Oh, hello there, Kade. I didn't see you there.
I just walked in now.
And what can I do to help you, Kade?
I was, don't worry about it.
It's okay, Kade. I'm happy to help. What do you need?
So, I wanted to play football this season, Mr. Adams, but...
So, you would like to try out for the team?
Yeah, but I don't have any football boots.
Well, you would need to have some boots.
Well, I was promised some boots by my mum, but she never keeps her promises. Then Grandpa was going to get me some, but he said he can't afford them at the moment.
I see. It is disappointing when promises are broken, isn't it?
What were you just singing when I came in? I thought I heard the word promise.
Oh, yes, I was singing. I often sing to myself while I work. I was singing, God keeps his promises.
Oh, I don't know if there even is a God. If there is, he has never made any promises or helped me. I have to look after myself.
Kade, there is one thing you can be sure of in life, and that is God will keep his promises to us. People will let you down. That is a fact. But I can tell you from my own experience, God does keep his promises. We just sometimes have to be patient. Now, what size shoes do you wear, Kade? I have a few sets of boots in the storeroom. There may be a pair that will fit you if you're serious about trying out for the team.
That's not what I was expecting. Mr. Adams giving me some football boots? It's almost like Mr. Adams wants me to play football.
Kade, I see your hurt and disappointment at being let down by your family. That's not how it is supposed to be. I am always here for you. You can always rely on me, Kade, because I really do love you so much, and it hurts me to see your pain. I always keep my promises. Mr. Adams has been there for you today to show you that you are cared for. I want to see you happy. I want you to be able to make good choices and choose the right pathway, because my rescue plan is for you too.
Hey Mum, we have to do an assignment on family trees. Can you please help me? My teacher said to see if we can find out how far back we can trace where we came from.
Sure, Mel. Both Dad and I have actually put all of our details into a program that helps you track all that sort of information. So I can show you all you need to know.
Cool, thanks Mum.
I will just log on to the site. Here it is.
Is that my name there, Mum? Melody Francis King.
It sure is, Mel.
And what is the part over there? And this ethic, whatever that word says.
You mean ethnicity?
Yeah, that one.
Well, I did a test on my DNA, and the results from that give me the estimate as to what genetic group my ancestors came from.
You mean like what country they came from?
Yes, Mel. Something like that.
So what is that one at the bottom of the list? 2.8% Ashkenazi Jewish?
That is saying one of my ancestors, maybe a great-great-great-great-grandfather or mother, was Jewish.
Isn't that a religion? Like Christians?
Yes, that's right. Actually, I think Abram in the Bible was a Jew.
Really? So we might be related to someone that we have been reading about in the Bible?
Well, I guess so.
That's cool. I want to put that in my family tree report.
Good morning, Melody.
Good morning, Mrs. Jones.
And how can I help you today?
We are doing an assignment on family trees.
I always find family trees very interesting. You get to find out all about who you're related to.
I looked at ours with Mum last night and I found out that I'm related to Abraham in the Bible.
Really, Mel? That is interesting.
So that means I have famous ancestors.
I suppose you could look at it that way. So this verse in the Bible might mean something to you then, Mel. Genesis 5:15. He took him, Abram, outside and said, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them." Then he said to him, "So shall your offspring be." Offspring are children and their descendants. So God told Abraham by now, that he would have so many descendants that trying to count them all would be like trying to count the number of stars in the sky.
That would be pretty hard to do. There are heaps of stars in the sky. When we went camping, we could see even more stars than we could see at home. And there is no ways I could have counted them all. Hang on, Mrs. Jones, you said Ham. Abraham?
Yes, I did. That is because God actually changed his name at this point. Abram means exalted father in Hebrew, and God changed it to Abraham, which means father of a multitude. So this meant that Abraham would have a very large number of descendants. And it sounds like you're one of them, Mel.
So Abraham must have had lots of children in his family then?
Well, actually, no, he didn't. At the time God gave him that promise, Abraham was an old man and he didn't have any children at all. It is an interesting story, Mel, if you'd like to read it.
Yeah, I would like to know more about my ancestor, Grandpa Abraham.
Sarai, I have amazing news for you.
What is it?
You are going to have a baby boy.
How is that possible when I'm already an old lady? I'm 90 years old and you're about to turn 100. Old people don't have babies.
God is faithful, and we know that we can trust Him. He will keep His promise. The Lord God Himself appeared to me. He told me that this would happen. He said that our names were to be changed. I would be called Abraham instead of Abram, and you will be Sarah instead of Sarai.
But Abram, I don't see...
There's one more thing, Sarai. I mean Sarah. You will be the mother of nations. Kings of nations will come from you. Our son, our baby that is to be born, is to be called Isaac. And Isaac will be the father of 12 nations.
But
God has told me that the land of Canaan will be given to us and our descendants. Our descendants will be beyond number, as the stars in the sky or the sands of the seashore.
can this really be true?
Sarah, by this time next year, you will be the mother of a baby boy. Look at him, our son. Praise God for his faithfulness.
Yes, praise God for this beautiful baby boy God has blessed us with.
There is one thing you can always be certain of. God keeps his promises. What he says, he will do.
And here is one of his promises, baby Isaac. Who would have thought I could become a mother when I was 90 years old? I didn't think it was possible to feel this happy.
I just can't stop looking at my wonderful son. The son of my old age. The son of promise.
So Sarah had a baby boy when she was 90? That's even older than my grandma is.
Yes, people lived longer back then, so it's not quite as old as we think. Baby Isaac was born because God always keeps his promises. Isaac was an important part of God's rescue plan.
How was baby Isaac a part of the plan?
You know how you've been looking at your family tree? Well, this family tree, Abraham, Isaac, and his descendants, is the one through which God was sending the rescuer, his own son, coming to the world. That is why it was so important for Abraham and Sarah to have baby Isaac.
When God makes a promise,
Yes,
it will happen.
it will happen.
If he said it will come true. He promised Sarah a baby when she was really old. She had a son, and Isaac he was called.
That's right.
When God makes a promise,
Makes a promise.
it will happen.
It will happen.
If he said it will come true. I'm gonna look in the Bible and see if I can find more of these promises God's made for you and I. I'm gonna look in the Bible and see if I can find more of these promises God's made for you and I.
What a great idea.
Hello, Jack.
Kade, what are you doing here? I've never seen you at football training before. Are you going to try out?
Well, I'm usually too busy to help you guys out. But since the team lost so badly last season, and then you let them down by cheating and getting kicked off the team, I thought it was time for the team to benefit from my skills, investing back into my community.
So you're joining the team, Kade?
I'm considering it. I haven't made my final decision yet.
Well, all the best with your tryout then.
Hey, Kade, good to see you. Come over here. You're up next.
Kade is always so full of himself. He thinks he's better than the rest of us. It's a bit hard to take all his bragging all the time.
I know he has not always been very nice to other people.
I just don't like how he's so mean to everyone. And you can't trust him, speaking from personal experience.
Well, he has never been on the team before. It might be good for him.
Ha! I'll wait to see that. Personally, I'm hoping he doesn't get on the team at all.
Hi, Jono. How was football training?
Oh, yeah. Kade showed up at training today. He's trying out for the team.
How did that go?
He came to training all ready to go, with his football boots on and everything. Jack is not too happy about it, though. I know Kade is often pretty mean to other people, but I want to give him a chance on the team, Dad. It might be good for him.
We do need to give people a chance and not judge them on what others say. But you also need to be careful too, Jono, not to let Kade influence you in a negative way to make poor choices.
Kade doesn't seem to have any friends he hangs out with. Maybe he is lonely. I think he lives with his grandparents.
Well, keep looking out for him then, Jono. Keep doing your best and be positive around him. A good friend might be just what he needs. I will be praying for you and Kade.
I just hope I can trust him. If you see someone who's lonely, who seems sad and alone, maybe they just need a friend who will give them a go. So take a look around, see who you can help today. Be always kind to others in what you do and say. If you see someone who's lonely, who seems sad and alone, maybe they just need a friend who will give them a go. So take a look around, see who you can help today. Be always kind to others in what you do and say. Be always kind to others in what you do and say.
Hey Jack, did you know that your lots of greats, grandfather was Abraham?
What are you talking about, Mel?
You know Abraham? He was called Abram, but then his name got changed by God to Abraham. He is one of the people from the Bible.
Well, not personally, but I have heard his name mentioned.
Well, you are related to him.
And how would you exactly come to this conclusion? Is it even something that I would be interested in?
Mum has done some sort of DNA test which can show you stuff, and it shows you that some of her ancestors were Jewish. So that means that some of our ancestors were Jewish because she is our mum?
So you're telling me that because we have a tiny bit of Jewish in us, we are related to someone in the Bible?
We are probably related to lots of people from the Bible, Jack. I was talking to Mrs. Jones in the library today, and did you know that God promised Abraham that he was going to have so many descendants that trying to count them would be like trying to count stars in the sky or sand on the seashore?
Mel, have you lost it? Really? You think we're some of his descendants?
Well, if we believe the Bible, all humans came from Adam and Eve. But with Abraham... Oh, here. I can show you where it says. It's Genesis 22, verse 17. I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore.
So we are part of a big group then. Whoopee!
Jack! Apparently, we are a part of a promise that God has made to Abraham. And that promise has happened because here we are. This Bible stuff is like the biggest puzzle and adventure. I am just starting to put it together. And we are a part of it. It's so cool.
Well, maybe. I guess that could be kind of cool.
God made a promise to our father Abraham, told him what he was going to do. And we are a part of that promise God made to him, so we know for sure that his promise came true. And we are a part of that that promise God made to him, so we know for sure that his promise came true. And we are a part of that promise God made to him, so we know for sure that his promise came true.
Kade, I'm very impressed with the potential that I saw during your tryout today.
Thanks, Mr. Adams.
There will be a few areas that we will need to work on. If you are going to be a part of this team, you will need to consistently be at training. Be prepared to listen to what I tell you and work as part of the team. We have to be able to trust each other. Working together, not just doing things by yourself, is what this game is all about. There will also be a code of conduct that all players must sign. The team is representing the school, so a very high standard of behavior is expected. If you are prepared to do all of these things, I'm happy to offer you a position on the team.
That would be great, thanks, Mr. Adams. You won't regret this.
Kade's new journey is just beginning. With time and guidance, he will find his true pathway. Though I know he will have his moments, he is starting to look in the right direction, and I will never stop trying to reach him.
I didn't even know that I was needing rescue. The threats and the dangers I couldn't see, I was heading